Hey Jay and family, here's Zamon, or Z as we call him, and he's on a downstay on top of what's called a control center. We highly recommend you build a table like this. It's a 4x4 sheet of plywood about 1.5 feet off the ground. This is something you need to maintain his training. But we're going to go ahead and take him through his obedience routine. Here is RJ returning to Zamon, and he has to hold a downstay until the handler comes back to the dog. And he's going to groom him a little bit. Grooming, this table is very good for grooming. It's a good habit to get into. We call it control center. He's got a nice shiny coat. He's in perfect weight. And he likes to be groomed. Grooming is important for obvious reasons. It's very important how you give a command, the tone, what's called tone inflection. So you have a command tone of voice and a praise tone of voice. And if he does something that's not acceptable, then you have to give him a correction. RJ's going to give him the down command right now. Down. And he's going to give the stay command, and he does it at the same time with the flat of the hand and the hand signal. Goes back. And he will go into a heel. Yep. Stop, make sit. Sit. Now he praises the dog. See how he changes his voice? Sit. Okay, here's RJ and Zamon Z. And they're going to go through our obedience pattern that we do here. First thing, you have to use a 6-foot leather leash to start in your obedience. Then you can use a long line, and then you can use a weightless cord. And there's other methods too, but these are what we're going to show you today. You notice the dog's walks on the left side, does not pull on the leash, and sits automatically when the handler stops. So not allowed to pull you, must stop and sit. Yep. Shoulder should be even with the knee. And remember to praise him when he does the command well. Praise is like the paycheck to the dog. And he has to stay at the same speed as the handler. RJ's making it look very easy with him. And when he stops, Z will come to a sit on the left side. Good boy. And he praises his dog. Next, RJ's going to put Z on a downstay and drop the 6-foot leash on the ground. And he will put the leash out at an angle away from the dog, and the dog has to hold the downstay. So it's a sweeping motion in front of the dog's nose, and then the flat of hand as the stay command. Stay. Now the handler will return to the dog and put his left foot on the leash. This prevents the dog from getting up prematurely. So there's very simple, basic handling methods, but you need to get in the habit of it. And he will slap his left side and go into the heel command. Yep. And the dog waits for him to break position. That was down stay. Go ahead and do it again. Down. And then stay. Stay. Good. Okay. Stay. Can drop the leash, walk away. Up. Now the handler will return to the dog. Left foot on the leash, picks up the leash with the right hand, and will slap his side and go into a heel. Good boy, good boy. There we go. Okay, this is a send to the table. And he has to go there and stay there until the handler returns to him. Okay, Jay, the next thing that we have Zamon doing right now is going to the crate on command. He has to go at the command house into the crate, and he has to stay there until the handler gets him or calls him out of the crate. Right now the handler is going to return to him, but the dog is not allowed to come out until he's given permission from the handler. So sending a dog to the crate and taking a dog from the crate is an obedience exercise. The command is house. House. House means go in the crate and stay there with the door open. It's a very useful command. Okay, here RJ and Z are jogging down to the end of the field. This is about 100 and some yards. And he's off leash right now. He's going to put him on a down stay. He'll give him the down command and the stay command. Stay. And then he's going to walk away from Z. And leave him on a long down stay. Up. Pardon my bad camera work. But down stay at a distance with the handler out of sight. And 9 times out of 10 you're going to return to the dog. You're not going to call the dog to you from down stays at first. You're always going to return to him. There's a lot to learn about how to be a dog handler. It's different from being a pet owner. Here, RJ is returning to Z. And Z will hold a down stay for 10 or 15 minutes at a distance. Down stay is not natural for a dog to do. It's natural for a dog to want to follow you because he wants to be with his pack. Now the dog has to stay in the down stay position until the handler returns and goes in, gives him permission to go into a heel. He gives him the command to heel. Slaps the left side. I believe he is off leash right now for this command. RJ's trained him off leash for you. And he's going to heel. Give him the heel command. Next, RJ is going to put Z on a down stay with the handler out of sight where the dog cannot see where he's going. There's a visual barrier that Z cannot see through. It's a wooden barrier. So he put him on a down stay behind a barrier, and now he's going to walk away. He's going to reinforce the stay command, and then he's going to leave Z there and put some distance away between him and Z. And this is a long down, so you can work on this as long as you want as far as time. Here is a handler returning to his dog, who's on a down stay with the handler out of sight. This is a difficult command because the dog loses visual contact. He doesn't know where the handler is. And the handler will return to the dog and give the dog the heel command. Once again, the dog cannot break. He has to wait till he's given the command. Good boy. Good boy. There we go. And now RJ is going to put Z on a long down stay at a distance, off leash. And he's going to call him back to him. So he's doing down and stay. Now he's going to call Z, and Z should come right back to him when called. Now RJ's going to call Z back. Tim? And he's coming right back to his handler. To the heel and the sit. Very nice. Very good boy. Good boy. And he comes quickly. And he rewards him with the ball. He likes to be rewarded with the ball. What a good boy.